And you hear me? I can't hear you, though. Huh.
Okay. How about now?
I can hear you now, but you're really low.
Okay.
Up the volume.
All right. How's that?
That's a lot
That's
better.
good. Okay.
Yes.
Making some progress.
Wonderful.
I thought I'd come in a little bit early and get things set up. So we'll try Pam, and if Pam doesn't work, I'll have something else that I can use.
That's right.
Yeah, so, okay.
They're both working? Or something. Okay. Sounds
Okay, yeah, I can see both of you. Can you see me?
Yes.
Very clear.
Okay, very good. Let's see if this baby records. If it doesn't, I go to plan B.
That's right, exactly. It's always good to have plan B.
Oh, yeah, I spend my life with plan Bs, what I call contingency plans.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got it recording as well. So
okay, good.
Backups that way.
Now, that's not doing anything. Now, why isn't that not doing anything?
No.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Got any sound coming? Recording?
Nothing at the moment, but I am, let me see.
Works good.
You can't hear us good?
This is really loud on our end. It might get dropped just
Okay, not a problem. Custom 15 custom recordings. 1 minute 30 seconds. All right, let's see if it records. It says it's recording, so.
Good.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Well, she hasn't
Welcome
up yet, so that's a good thing.
to Passionate World Radio Network. Distinguish yourself from the ordinary. And today on Lillian's interview, we are interviewing Elizabeth and Nick Sanders from their Horse O Peace Ranch, and they make their own products from goats. I received your soap.
Well,
all 3
Elizabeth
pieces
Sanders,
and the lipstick. Thank you very much, Lip Balm.
And the
they are being given to my daughter-in-law for Christmas.
We were married.
Because she's very hard
some goats
to
in
buy
Wisconsin
things
along with my
for.
sister,
She's
and
a fashion
we milked
designer,
them to the point where we had more milk than we knew what to do with.
So
and I had an interest in just trying soap one day to use up the excess
she doesn't
milk.
have your
and from
soap
the very
yet,
first
and
batch
I'm
that I made,
sure
it
she'll
started
like
selling,
it,
and it was
voila,
asked to be
you
in
folk
some
will have an
stores
instant
locally, and so
customer.
from there I just kept
So
making the
it
soap.
should work out for
here we are,
everybody.
almost 9 years later, and
So
the business is just
please
growing
introduce yourselves
every year.
again, and then please tell people what got you started working with goats and their goat milk.
Well, I'm Elizabeth. We make the soaps with 100% raw goat milk because that's where you get the most skin benefit, but we also carry some shea butter products that have regular shea butter in it and a shea butter cream that we formulated for people who need just a little bit of extra moisturizer, especially when you come out of the shower. Your skin just needs that little boost to get you through the day. So we have that along with the lip balm, as you mentioned, so that people have an all-around kind of beauty routine that they can apply that's just very basic and simple.
So do you just make soap with it and a lip balm, or do you also make a lotion for the skin as well?
That's right. Good for you.
Well, when you get to facial beauty, let me know. Because I have combination skin, even at age 65, and I still get pimples, which is very aggravating and upsetting for me. And I know that if I could find something really to put on my skin that I don't have to worry about all the additional chemicals and other
It was every day for them.
additives that they put in there, I would feel
That's
a lot
right.
better.
Yes,
The reason why I
definitely.
enjoy talking to you
being
about
able
this is
to
I
take
lived off
those
the
things
land.
that
I
people still
homesteaded for
desired
5
back
years
then
up in
and
Maine.
incorporating it
And
into,
we did,
you know,
well, I knew
today
how to
with the
square a
natural
log with an
skincare.
axe.
Natural
Okay.
skincare
I
has
also know how to
a large
spin.
booming
Yes, I learned how
audience
to do
right now
that.
just because
And
a lot of people are coming up
I also
with
learned how to bake
bad
in a wood stove.
skin
So,
conditions such as
and I did all
eczema
kinds
or
of things like
psoriasis,
that.
dandruff,
So
and
it
such
is
things
possible
from
to be quite
the environmental
successful
toxins that
because
are in the
people
air
always
now.
seem to
Just
be
there's
wanting
a
what
lot of
they
different
had
things. The food we eat,
100
it
years
all
ago.
contributes to your skin.
About 100
So
years
what you
ago,
put
they
on your
weren't
skin
as
and making
excited
sure that
about
it
your
has natural
products because it
ingredients
was
such as
something
what
that
we
they
use
had to do
here at Horse
anyway.
Peace Ranch
Whereas
is
today
very,
it's
very
exotic.
different, and your skin will know it from the very first time that you use the soaps.
That is actually something that people don't realize too, is that the skin is really the largest organ of the body. So anything that you're
I
putting
think
on
too
there
that
is
what
just
you put
going
on your
straight into
skin,
your
that's your
body, and
first
that's why
line
it's
of
so important
defense,
you
and
stay
it
away
will
from
be
those chemical
absorbed
toxins
into your
and
body
such that are
and
on the
into your
retail market.
veins and into
And in
everything
recent
else. And I
months,
think it's important that
there have been a
people,
lot of
especially
releases talking about
kids,
all the chemical products that are
recognize
in
that and
retail soaps.
understand the
There's a lot
process
of awareness
with
now
what you're
for
doing
what people
with
are
the
doing
soap, why it
with their
makes
skin,
it so
and they're seeking
special
out
and
companies
different
like ours at
from the
horsepeace.com
variety
to
of
try and
other
remedy and
so-called
resolve those
soaps
issues. And we even see
that
that in
are
our own family
created
with
or
our own
made by
children,
the large
the effects
companies that
that
are
those kind
supposed
of
to be so
products can
good for
actually
your
have,
skin.
be it food that you're ingesting or products that you're putting on your skin.
Sure. So there are definitely breeds of goats that are better for milking, and there are breeds of goats that are better for such as people who want to eat goat meat, which we don't, just for the record. But there is a distinction
So the
between the
goats
breeds,
that you
and some of
use
the
to
breeds that
produce
we
the
have
milk,
found that
are
make
there
the
different
best
types
goat
of
milk
goats?
soap
I'm
or
pretty
goat
sure
milk
there are
products in
because there are a
general.
lot of goats
There's
up where I
Saanen
live. I
goats
live
that are
around
just
a lot of
beautiful
Amish
white
and
breed. There's
Mennonite.
alpine goats
And
that
if you go
have
past
some
their
nice
farms, you
brown
see
and
different
black colors
colored
that are thrown
type
into
of
there.
goats. So I
And
think
then
there are
you can
different
get
kind
into
of
some
species
mini
which will
goats
give
that are
you
mixed,
different
where
types
if you don't
of
want a
milk,
full-size
which
goat,
would
but you want to
influence
have
how
some of the
your
benefits
soap
of getting maybe a little bit of
eventually
milk or some
turns
cute
out.
little kids
So
out of
could you
it,
please
you can
explain
actually
that a
get
little
mini
bit
goats
to
nowadays.
people
They're
so
kind
they
of a
just don't
half-size
run out
goat
and get a
that give you a
goat?
little bit of the both worlds if you want kind of a hobby goat, but also want to experience using the goat milk for either baking or such as we have in natural skincare. So yes, there are different breeds that are more appropriate for the uses that you want to use the products for. That is very true. When we are using the raw milk for our soaps, we don't heat the milk actually because the raw properties that retain the natural vitamins and nutrients are essential for good skin health. And that's something that sets us apart here at Horse Peace Ranch with the soaps that we make compared to other people that have goat milk soap products, is because we don't use any water in our recipes, not even a drop. It's 100% milk, and it's 100% raw. We don't use any milk that is pasteurized or canned or
Now,
powdered
do you
in any
need to
way.
heat
And it's
the
simply
goat
because
milk? I know with
when
cow's
you use
milk, if
water
you
in a
drink it
recipe,
raw, you're really
water doesn't
asking
have
for a
any
lot
moisturizing
of
qualities
problems.
without
Is
it. But
same to
the
be true of goat's milk as well?
And I found when I was very early starting to making the goat milk soap that when I used the milk raw, my skin reacted in such a wonderful and healing and positive way compared to when I first tried to pasteurize the milk and then use it. It turned out a nice product, but it didn't really do anything different for my skin until I used the raw milk itself. So definitely using it raw is a wonderful thing for skin health, and that's what sets us apart here with our goat milk soap products. That's very
Yes.
right. Yeah.
That would be very awkward.
Yes.
Mhm.
That is correct. Yes.
And we do have a lot of articles on our website, horseapiece.com,
And
that
so
talk
you
about
get
some of
all
the
this
various
from the female goat,
aspects
not
of
the male
our soap
goat.
making
Let's make
process,
that
or the
perfectly
way our
clear
business is
so
run,
people
or just the
don't
way we
write
take
back
care
to
of
me and
either our
say,
goats or
Lillian,
the farmers that we
I
have
got a
partnered
goat
with
and
as
it
well.
doesn't do anything. Well, did you check his genitals lately? Because people are they're kind of lazy and they don't really look at what they have. And so it's always a good idea, folks, before you go out and do anything, is to get in touch with Elizabeth and Nick and find out precisely
Well,
what you
it
should be
always
getting
helps
so
to have a
that you
bucket
don't
of grain
get the
ready. If
wrong
you are
product.
feeding the goats their grain at the time of milking, you will have a goat that will stand basically perfectly for you to be able to be milked. And so they love food. They're just like us. You know, they have a healthy appetite. And when it's dinner time, breakfast time, you know, lunchtime, it doesn't matter. If a goat hears a
Now, when
grain
you
bucket,
milk
they
the
will come
goats,
running.
I know
Well,
that there's some tricks to milking a cow. People wear gloves, people warm the teats, people do this, people do that. Do you have certain tricks that you need
Yes,
in order
definitely.
to
Goats that
make
have the
sure
same
you
kind
get
of
a good
routine.
supply
You
of
want to be
milk,
able to keep
or
those
are they always
milkings at pretty much
bursting
an
to the
even 12
brim?
hours apart, because the consistency of milking time will depend on how much your goat will produce for you. And so if you're a person who likes to sleep in, you know, in the morning, and then you want to milk early so you can have an evening free, you know, you're going to have a goat that's going to produce differently than if you consistently get up, you know,
at the
early in the
same time
morning
every
and
day.
then make sure you milk at the same time, you know, 12 hours later in the evening. It does make a big difference in the production of the milk.
And are there certain times that needs to be, cows are usually milked once in the morning, once in the evening. So is there the same kind of routine?
So with our soaps, when we make a batch of soap, we always start off with the base ingredient, and that's in every soap. We have 3 basic oils, and so those oils are coconut, palm, and olive oil. We have full disclosure on our labels for every ingredient, and we make sure it's not in some scientific term. We want our customers to be aware of what they're putting on their skin. So at the end
All
of
right,
the
and
batch,
so
we're
when you
making
make
just
your
the
soap,
base.
how
Then
do
we
you
can add
put,
the
let's
different
see,
nutrients,
one
the
of the bars
herbs,
she
or
sent me
essential
was
oils for
oatmeal and
people who
honey.
want a scented
I
soap
gave
but
the
cannot use chemical fragrances,
peppermint away and
or just
lavender.
don't
So when
prefer
do
how
you put
strongly
in the
scented a
scents?
chemical
Are
fragrance
they
will give you.
oils? Are
We
they
use essential
herbs?
oils, which are plant-based, and that way your skin will get a healing effect from it, or such as in the case of the lavender that you received. It's very relaxing, and so the aromatherapy from those oils will not only have a difference on how it makes your skin feel, but it also has properties in it that can help correct the issues with your skin so that you have a beautiful natural skin that comes out, so you don't need to have a lot of other different kinds of bath products to be used. So that's the difference between having the natural based ingredients, and we make sure that all of our ingredients are very high quality. At Horse Peace Ranch, it's very important that the high quality is something that we always are very, very good about maintaining. And then on top of that, just making sure that the prices, that you're not going to have to pay a premium price just because you're buying a high quality item, you know, bath product. We want to make sure that those products also have family affordable prices. So we have that standard of quality, but it also ties in very well with our pricing, which is very competitive for the market that we're in. It's definitely poured into a mold. When we make the soap, it has kind of the consistency of a pudding. So it's basically able to be poured, but it will set up very quickly. So depending on which essential oils we might use or other ingredients, sometimes the soap turns out slightly thicker or thinner, but it does set up within the first 24 hours, and that's when the saponification process happens, which basically is a term for saying you're taking those oils, the raw milk, and everything, and it mixes together in the first 24 hours to turn those ingredients into a soap that will lather and wash and cleanse.
Cooking, I guess, would be the best way to put it, your soap. Do you pour it into molds, or is it free form?
You definitely can. Goat's milk is a little bit different from cow's milk in that if you have raw cow's milk in your fridge and you let it set, say overnight, you go to milk the cow in the morning, you set it, in the fridge until, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time, the cream will actually rise to the top. With goat's milk, it's a little bit different where that cream is not going to separate in the same way. So you're basically getting the whole milk unless you have another system
that is very
to be able to separate out
Are
that
there
cream,
other properties of the milk that you can use the way they do with cow's milk? I mean, can you make whipped cream from it, or could you separate it to make a whole milk as compared to 2% or
be a little
no
bit
fat?
creamier or higher or sweeter tasting with one breed of goat milk from the next. But overall, that creaminess of the goat milk with the cream naturally in it makes wonderful goat cheese. We used to make ice cream out of it just because it had such a wonderful, fresh aspect to it. It didn't have a goat flavor the way some people think, ew, I'm going to taste this, it's going to taste like a goat. It doesn't
smell like a goat. Yeah.
It doesn't smell like a goat. It doesn't taste like a goat.
Yeah.
Yes. You definitely need to use it the right way. Yes, that's very true. And you have to use it when it's fresh. That's another thing that at Horse Apiece Ranch is very important to us. We don't let milk spoil before we use it. It's going to be used in a very fresh way so that the benefits, just as if it was in your body internally, it's going to be also externally on the skin with those raw benefits.
And we also don't use any powdered milk in our formula either. So when we either get it from our goats or from the farmers that we partner with, we make sure it's fresh and it's used ASAP and goes right into
I've had goat
the product
before. You have to cook it the right way, like anything else. Yes.
People do. You
can.
can buy it in the grocery store and powdered.
Into it just out of curiosity of how that's done.
Yeah, there's a machine that's designed to powder milk, and you could do it. I don't know why. Yeah.
That sounds really good.
We actually
You can make powdered
experienced that
milk out of
firsthand.
goat's milk?
We had all
Really?
4 of our boys used goat's milk later in their first year or so because we couldn't breastfeed through the whole process. Or I say we, Elizabeth couldn't breastfeed through the whole process.
Okay, I was just kind of curious because I know
all of
one
our
of the
boys
principles
have
of
used
goat
that,
milk
and
is
we found
that
the
a lot of
exact same
babies
thing. We
who have
found their
trouble
diet
with
seemed
cow's
balanced
milk
out a lot of
and
times, and they
lactose
seemed to handle it a whole
intolerant,
lot
the
better
doctor usually
than
puts them on
the
goat's milk,
traditional
and they
milk that
seem
we were
to
trying to do, or
thrive,
even
and in
formulas
some
that you'd buy in the
respects
store.
be better off than the kids who are drinking the milk, because with the
At
goat's
the
milk they
moment,
get
we
a
have
better
several
immunity
countries that we have
system set
shipped
up.
to, as well as every state in the U.S. So it just depends on, we have certain soaps that sell at retail and we'll ship it ourselves to those different countries, or we will have wholesale customers that inquire. And we've had wholesale customers from, over in Japan and China. We've shipped soap into France
we
and
know what the
Indonesia, and
husband does.
it
Come
goes
on.
all over. Whoever inquires about it, we're happy about directing them, with information about shipping and whatnot, just to be able to spread our product for anybody who wants it, since it's soap made for anybody with any kind of skin type, skin condition.
So
it doesn't
how
matter.
far is your
It's all
distribution
good natural
at the
soap.
moment?
And something that also people seek out about our company is that we don't add any dyes into the soaps. We don't try to make them look pretty necessarily, just simply for the fact that people can tell when they look at our soap that it has a natural light tan beige color to it. They can look and see the quality of it without, having to figure out exactly what's in it. But yes, definitely, we do ship it everywhere.
Mhm. Our website is horseapiece.com. You can find all of our products directly there. If you happen to prefer Amazon, we are also found on Amazon, and we have obviously wholesale customers, as she was saying, all across the U.S. that sell in a broad range of places. So you can find it in some brick and mortar stores and also on their websites as well. So we can be reached there at any time. We also are very active on Instagram, Facebook,
Oh, that sounds
and
really
some of the
terrific.
social media platforms.
So, Elizabeth,
And those
Nick,
are great ways
please
to
tell
reach out to us if
everybody
you've got
again
questions
your
about
website, where
what
they
kind
can
of conditions you might
contact
be
you
suffering
if
from,
they want you to come
and
out
get
to
advice
talk
for
to them
what
about
product
your
might be
soap
best
products,
suited
all
for your
that good
needs.
stuff.
Because of having dry skin, that I lived in Minnesota at the time, and during the harsh winters of Minnesota, when I would go out to feed our animals, my hands would crack and bleed from the harsh elements. So when I started the business, it was out of a need actually to find out what could make my hands better. They always cracked and bled. And then once I made the first batch of soap, my hands have never, ever cracked and bled since. So I know this works, and I know that if you're going to be living someplace where it gets to 20 below zero, I know exactly what that's
Terrific.
like.
So
And
do
I
you
know
have
that
any
for soap,
words of
even
wisdom?
from a
Because I
one-time
understand you
usage, you
started
will
the
notice the
goat
difference, and that it
business
works.
because of...
Yeah. All the nice lanolin, yes.
Mhm.
cheaper than raising lambs and shearing them. They say in Australia when they shear the lambs, their hands become really very soft and they have no cuts or bruises or anything because